What's up everybody, welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to be showcasing some of the most hilarious and yet probably the most embarrassing battles that I've done in the Element Cup, basically consisting of the Triple Kanto Starter team. Now this is a classic team, and if you're considering trying it out, please don't, because it's absolutely terrible, because both Charmander and Squirtle are unfortunately ranked very low as far as pvpoke is concerned, and they just lose against majority of the meta, right? Bulbasaur obviously has to carry this whole team through, but I decided to try it out anyway and tank a bunch of velos, so let's just get straight into these battles. Okay, moving on to the first battle here. I'm actually going to be starting off with the Charmander lead with Squirtle and Bulbasaur on the back. Let's see how it works. So we have Charmander against a Chinchou. Pretty terrible matchup, right? And I have no choice but to stay in, because both Charmander and Squirtle have pretty terrible matchups against Chinchou. Bulbasaur is basically my only counter to it. So I'm going to let it go through, hoping it's just a Bubble Beam, which does quite a bit of damage actually. Obviously super effective because of the fire typings. I'm actually going to build up to a Flame Charge and then switch into my Squirtle to hopefully catch a Bubble Beam. And I'm really hoping this is just a Bubble Beam Shale Bait and hopefully not a Thunderbolt, but ends up being a Thunderbolt. One-shots the Squirtle there, and yeah, this is really not looking good at all, right? So I'm going to wait out the switch clock here, and I'm going to come in with my Bulbasaur, but again, my switch timer is still way off, and they come in with their wall picks, and there's nothing much I can do right now, right? I'm just going to go straight for the Seed Bomb right now to try and get a shield out of them. I'm really trying to get to another Seed Bomb here. Unfortunately, Fast Move pretty much takes us out, and I'm going to try and go for a Flame Charge. I think we lost CMP against wall picks there, so I'm going to shield this up, and then it's pretty much GG's right now. I still don't even know what their last Pokemon is, so I'm just going to go for the Flame Charge here. Let's see how much this does against wall picks, and that actually does quite a bit of damage, to be honest, but yeah, it really doesn't matter. They still have a shield with 3 Pokemon, and one of them didn't. I don't even know what it is, so yeah, not a great start, which is why I decided to switch to a Squirtle lead. So let's see how this works this time. And yeah, I mean, honestly guys, I just wish this team was a lot better. I actually tried it out in the Little Cup like back in November, but where it worked, I feel like a lot better. But in the Element Cup, this team is like pretty terrible, right? So anyways, moving on to the next battle, we have Squirtle into a Vulpix, very positive lead. They make a switch into their Wooper, and I'm going to switch into my Bulbasaur. And this is a fantastic matchup. And this is where I make a little bit of a mistake. I was under the assumption that this is just going to be a Body Slam, but unfortunately ends up being a Mud Bomb there. It does so much more damage. And I'm going to try and farm it down. Unfortunately, it ends up being a double KO there, right? We wasted so much energy on Bulbasaur there, and let's see what they come in with. I'm actually going to wait out the switch clock and come in with my Charmander, and unfortunately they have a Chinchou in the back, and this is GG's right now, because both Charmander and Squirtle have pretty poor matchups against Chinchou, and I actually fell for the trap there. That was like a classic ABB line with a fire lead and double water in the back, and the reason why they switched into their Wooper was to basically bait out the grass type so that Chinchou can pretty much go to town against the rest of the lineup, right? And for someone who's used like so many ABB lines, I mean, I really shouldn't have fell for that. I probably should have stayed in with my Squirtle against their Mud Boy, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty much GG's right now, right? I'm going to actually come in with my Squirtle, try and go for an Aqua Tail here. Actually, both Squirtle and Charmander are double moved. I mean, you can just still use them with single moves anyways, but yeah, I just wanted to make sure they're double moved so that I can bring the maximum potential out of them. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty poor nevertheless. So just going to try and build up to another Aqua Tail here. Obviously, resisted because of the water typing on Chinchou. And yeah, they do shield that up, which is unfortunate. And then at this point, this is probably just going to be another Bubble Beam. It's not probably going to take out the Squirtle from this range. Or, I mean, we do survive that. Going to come in with my Charmander and try and farm it down. But they have a Vulpix in the back, and this is pretty much GG's, right? They're going to try and farm my Charmander all the way down, and we're not quite at an Aqua Jet yet. So Charge Move coming through. Probably going to be a Body Slam, and that's going to definitely take out the Squirtle there. Ends up being a Weather Ball, but it didn't really matter. Once again, I mean, honestly, I think having won the lead and then also having won switch it, I mean, didn't really win switch advantage there, but I think having said that, I mean, we had the perfect matchups lined up, but nevertheless, I mean, this team, like I said, Charmander and Squirtle, they basically lose against most of the opposing grass and water types, which makes it a very difficult team comp to run, right? So moving on to the third battle here, we have Squirtle into a Vulpix once again here, and they make a switch into their Ducklet, and we pretty much have no answers to Ducklet, right? I mean, Bulbasaur has an okay matchup against it, but we're still going to take so much super effective damage from Wing Attack, so it's not like I can really switch into a loaded Ducklet. So I'm actually going to shield up the Squirtle and then just switch into my Bulbasaur here, and then I'm going to shield this up because obviously Aerial Ace is going to be super effective in this matchup because of the grass typing. And then yeah, I'm just going to build up to a couple of Seed Bombs here. I'm going to try and go for the first one. Didn't actually build up to 2 actually. I'm just going to try and get it off as soon as possible. They did shield that. I'm going to try and get to another one before they can get to another Aerial Ace here. I'm barely able to get to this. And let's see if they decide to shield this up. And they do shield that. And this is pretty much GG's right now. If people like double shield their Ducklet against my Bulbasaur, I mean, this team has basically no play against that team, right? I'm going to go straight for the Aqua Jet this time because it's a little more hard-hitting than Aqua Tail is. Let's see how much this does. It doesn't really do that much, unfortunately. I mean, Ducklet is absolutely ridiculous, right? It's so good as far as the Element Cup is concerned, and if you bring anything off meta, it can get completely destroyed there. So, yeah, I'm going to come in with my Charmander. They make a switch into their Cottony, and my only win condition here is to completely farm it down. Hopefully, I can do it before they can get to a move. Unfortunately, they're able to get to a move there. And that's pretty much GG's right now. I could have thrown the Flame Charge, but I mean, my only win condition was if I had farmed him down and then probably farmed the Ducklet down. And if they had another Grass type in the back, I probably could have one-shot it with Flame Charge. But yeah, I mean, it was, as you can see, I mean, like, it's so difficult to win with this team. I mean, all these 3 battles have been pretty much one-sided, right? I mean, there's basically no way to get around, like, basically counter Ducklet. As you can see, their Speak of the Devil, we have another Ducklet right now, and they make a switch into their Bulbasaur. I'm going to switch into my Charmander here. This is actually pretty positive. All I have to do is basically shield once, and I can farm all the way down. This is probably going to be a Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb is definitely going to one-shot Charmander from that range, so I'm going to farm it down, and I'm really hoping I can at least get a win this time. So, yeah, just going to try and go for this Flame Charge as soon as possible here. I'm actually going to overfarm a little bit and then throw the Flame Charge. It honestly doesn't really matter, to be honest. Yeah, just going to go for the Flame Charge here. Unfortunately, it doesn't really do that much damage. And that's the problem with Charmander, is that it doesn't really have a versatile moveset. Most of the other fire types have Body Slam as their second charge move. So I'm going to let it go through. Bubble Beam still does so much damage there. And then, yeah, this is not looking good at all, right? I'm just going to have to probably come in with my Bulbasaur here. I'm just going to try and build up a little extra energy and then probably try and catch an Aerial Ace on Squirtle. Unfortunately, we catch the move on Squirtle just in time here. But unfortunately, it just ends up being a Bubble Beam, which is fine. And then, yeah, they make a switch into their Cottony, and this is GG's right now, right? I mean, they still have a shield advantage as well, so this is not looking good at all. I'm going to go for an Aqua Tail here. This is obviously a debuff, but fortunately, we get a shield. I'm not sure why they shielded that. I'm going to go for another Aqua Tail right now. Let's see what they decide to do this time. They do let that go through, which is not good. I mean, I basically have to build up 2 Sludge Bombs right now. So I'm going to come in with my Bulbasaur here. I'm going to have to shield this, even though this is just probably Seed Bomb, which is double resisted. I mean, Bulbasaur is my final Pokemon, and I have to preserve some health on it. I'm going to actually build up 2 Sludge Bombs, and I'm going to try and bait with Seed Bomb. My only win condition here is if they fall for the shield bait, right? But unfortunately, they don't fall for it, and this is pretty much GG's right now. So, going to try and go for another Seed Bomb here. This is probably going to be enough to take out the Cottony if it goes unshielded. Actually, it's not even enough. And they actually switch into their Ducklet and get rid of my Bulbasaur there. So, I mean, it's unfortunate. I probably should have gone straight for the Sludge Bomb. It wouldn't have mattered anyway because they would have probably come in with their Ducklet and gotten rid of my Bulbasaur. But moving on to the final battle here, we are 0-4 in this set right now. So we have Squirtle into a Chikorita lead. Absolutely terrible, right? I mean, this is like, this set is just getting worse and worse right now. So I was actually trying to catch a Grass move on my Bulbasaur, but I'm going to let it go through, hoping it's just a Body Slam, which it is. And we do barely survive that. I'm going to switch into my Bulbasaur here. And then they are still staying in. So I'm actually going to shield this because Body Slam would do quite a bit of neutral damage in this matchup. And then, yeah. They actually come in with their Slowpoke, which is not a great matchup for Bulbasaur because we're taking so much damage from Confusions. So just going to go for the Seed Bomb here. The good thing is that because we had a little bit of an energy lead, I'm going to be able to barely get 2 Seed Bombs here. This is almost for sure going to get the second shield from Slowpoke. And that's the thing, right? Again, once Bulbasaur goes out, this team pretty much has no answers against a Slowpoke as well because both Charmander and Squirtle really struggle against it. And I'm going to go for the Aqua Tail here. I'm going to try and get 2 Aqua Tails, hopefully, onto this Slowpoke, but actually they decide to throw, which is fine. I'm going to let this go through. And I'm going to try and bring in my Charmander and farm this thing all the way down, right? Obviously, the fire moves are resisted because of the water typing. I'm really hoping I can farm it down before they can get to another move. Unfortunately, they get to a move, right? So this is I'm going to have to shield this, obviously. It is probably going to be a Psyshock. And I'm going to try and farm it all the way down. And my only hope for a win is if they have like a couple of grass types in the back. And they come in with their Chikorita. I'm going to go straight for the Flame Charge right now. This is obviously going to one-shot the Chikorita. And I'm really hoping they have a grass type in the back. But they have a Ducklet in the back, and this is GG's right now. So, yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to say, to be honest. That's like an 0-5 set. It was pretty embarrassing. I tanked about 80 battle rating points in that set. I mean, below the 2100s right now, which is unfortunate. But, you know, I really wanted to try it out, right? I mean, like, what fun is Element Cup if you can't try out the OG Triple Kanto Starter team? But anyways, if you want to try it out, please do it. I mean, if you're not bothered about Elo, then you can probably go ahead and do it. But this team is probably not as worse as I showcased it in this set. I mean, I didn't want to do multiple sets of battles with this team because, I mean, it's pretty bad, right? I mean, if I do another set, at best, I feel like I can probably go 1-4 at best. I mean, I don't see this team, like, getting a positive set, right? I mean, it's very sort of hard to get a positive set with this team comp, irrespective of what lead you try out. But anyways, it was yeah, I mean, I hope you guys had fun watching me tank my elo there. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.